Well, hello there and welcome back to Minecraft, where I have been actually quite busy since the previous episode. Although to be fair, I don't really have much visually to show for it. So, first of all, I still have not put in the librarians up there. I haven't felt like doing that because that's a lot of work. However, I did actually do the entrance to the cave from the library. So last time, we kind of just dug a brief tunnel here, but I actually decorated it. I basically kept it the exact same as the entrance that's over there from the farmhouse. But now it comes down and then it spirals around these pillars here, and so it can go down to this bridge over here and then down that way, or you can just go across this bridge here and down that pillar, which honestly, while it's kind of unnecessary, I think it looks kind of cool. It adds a lot of visual interest to the base, and I'm actually kind of proud of myself for doing it. And also, I love this little mini version of those mangrove bridges that are over there. I really like this little one. And besides that, what I've mostly been doing is actually gathering materials for a massive build that I've been wanting to do for a while, which actually is... I had mentioned this build previously when I built this moss farm here. I had mentioned that build, and I didn't have everything I need. Well, now I do, because I actually did also build another farm here that I needed to gather materials. I built an automatic wheat farm. So this is a very simple villager-powered farm. There's 4 modules. Those minecarts are kind of annoyingly loud. So now there's not a lot in here because I've already taken most of it. The seeds I really should be composting. So I built that, and actually, as part of doing that, I had to repair my villager breeder because it had actually, well, first, I had lost a villager, he had died, but also it kind of just didn't work properly. I had to rearrange how the things blocking the farmer were from the guys in the beds and blah, 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 but it works now, and, I was able to get the villagers I needed for that, because, yeah, I actually ran out of villagers, and now I have so many, they're all just being squished, but yeah. So, that is basically all I've been doing. Oh, also, I knocked out, there used to be 2 pillars here. I knocked them out to make it a lot more open, which I love. And you can actually see the different farms, and it's a lot easier to fly through. I think it just looks so much better. Now, it looks kind of impractical since there's this big overhang of rock, but I'm not going to worry about that. So part of what I've been doing is helping my brother gather materials for his alien greenhouse build, which I did. I think I gathered everything else he needed to finish it, so whenever he's able to get on, he can actually do that. But then I've also been gathering tons of materials for my own build. Also, I don't know if I had this last time, but I put some redstone armor trims on here. That's the coast one, because that's really all I had. But I think it looks pretty good. But so now, I have tons of materials, and it's, also, I made a big mistake. I had thought that I needed, like, many shulker boxes and moss and azaleas. Yeah, no, I only need, like, 1.5 of each, so I had way more moss than I needed. So yeah, I ended up basically using all of my shulker boxes to store the various moss blocks, and I needed them back for storing all the other things I was gathering, so I built a teeny tiny little moss shop there. And by built, I mean I used a little bit of bone meal and added a fence. But it's there now. If anyone needs moss or azaleas, they can come and get. I'm not expecting anyone to actually need any of this. Although, to be fair, nobody's really ever on the server anymore. People are too busy. But if they are back on the server, they can stop by there and gather all the moss and azaleas they could ever need. Now that I am all done rambling about what I have been doing, it's time to talk about what I am planning on doing next. So, now I could work on the city, which, might be nice, but that's not exactly what I want to do. As I said, I have a massive project that I've been wanting to do for a long time. So, it's... And when I say massive, I mean massive. Like, it's 2 maps wide and almost a whole map tall. And I decided I'm going to put it in this area here. Oh, don't mind that. That was me experimenting with how to keep mobs out of the city. But this is actually... What I'm doing is actually also going to What the heck was that? Oh, I had let some villagers loose in the city, and some of them moved into this apartment building. I bet... I'm assuming one of them found the barrels. Sorry, you're using the bathroom. I guess that's a... What? What is going on? I don't understand. Wait, what is the sound? Is that the villager up in the sink up above? Or did somebody prank me? Wait, leather work? What? I didn't know that was a job. Okay then. I did not know leather worker was an actual job. I've never seen that villager before. So I decided that this gigantic build, I was trying to figure out where to put it, and I was going to put it, somewhere off in the distance where it can be isolated, but I realized I would probably never go and visit it if I did that, and it's a really cool build that I would love to hang out at. So I decided to put it in this area just north of my base. The only unfortunate part is I'm going to have to tear out a humongous amount of terrain, because I wanted there's some water around the outside of it, and I want it to be level with this water. So I need to tear out a gigantic amount of this terrain, all these trees, but it's gonna be good when I'm done. So I guess there's really no reason procrastinating. So without further ado, I think it's time to start my biggest project in Minecraft ever. Here we go. And behold my greatest ever achievement in Minecraft, The Legend of Zelda. So this, I can't remember if I mentioned because it was a while ago that I started this, but this is a scale recreation of The Legend of Zelda, the original one for the NES. So how I did this was basically that, so each block is one tile from the original game. I think the tiles were 8 by 8 pixels, so each block is one tile. And it took a lot for me to design this. I had to, I think it was a long time ago I designed this, but I think it was like 4 days straight of just referencing a map of the game and translating it. And now I had to do some pretty creative things to make it work, because there's some areas where like the geography doesn't really make sense with how I originally envisioned it. So let's take a quick look from the air using my awesome camera utils mod. And look at that. So, I mean, it's very clearly The Legend of Zelda. It is super cool. Now, the only issues I have with this are that first of all, there's really no way for me to adequately spawn-proof it. Like, there's nowhere to hide lighting that it would look good. So, it is actually extremely dangerous here at night. Like, there are tons of mobs. Which, really, the only part of that bothers me are creepers. I don't want creepers blowing holes in this. So the other thing with this is I did not actually design any of the caves or dungeons. So, like, you'll see around here, there's various spots where there's, like that right there. That is, actually, that's supposed to be a hidden cave, I think. I think that was one that you had to blow a hole in. But, like, so there's some where you have to blow up to be able to find them. I left those open. I'll probably close them at some point. But then, like, here, this is where the first dungeon would be, and there's nothing there. I'm planning on, at some point, probably making the dungeons and caves and adding it. I have enough space underneath me, because this is actually far enough away from my cave that it's not going to interfere. Oh, also, there are these big trees in the original game. I did not actually design the trees yet. You know, I basically just kept them at the same footprint. Probably I'll make them taller, and at that point they will actually spread out over where they would have been in the game, so it would mess up how the map looks a little bit. Oh, actually, I didn't show you the map. The map is pretty cool looking. Hang on. So there we go. There is the map. So it looks pretty perfect. Now, the water feature in the original, it basically from here would have extended, and then it goes right to the edge of the map. So, like, all of this was natural. All of this was actually in the game. So I actually ended up joining it up with the water here, and actually you can't see, but it does pass through here. So, like, it does make sense now, even though it didn't really originally. Also, then so right here is an awkward corner. So besides adding the dungeons and caves, it's really not done from the point of view that it has no sides or back. I'm gonna have to do a ton of terraforming to make this actually work with the landscape from the back. But it works from the front right now, so that's all that really matters. I'll probably just, between episodes, I'll pick away at this a little bit at a time to make it actually work. Oh yeah, so here, it's nighttime, you can see there's mobs starting to spawn. Let's fly up a little bit. Yeah, so you can see there's creepers. Oh, I went too high. There's creepers and skeletons and zombies spawning all over this thing. The skeletons and zombies don't bother me, it's really just the creepers that I don't want to blow holes in it. So now, what next? Well, obviously, I need an entrance to this thing, because this is pretty ugly here, and it'll give me something to do to fill in part of the city here that I didn't really know what to do with. So basically, it's going to kind of be like a theme park entrance, kind of a little bit, but so it's going to be a nice plaza area. There's going to be trees and lights, and it's going to look good. So let's get started on that. But first, we sleep. Also, so you might have noticed in the time-lapse of building that, I just used my regular time-lapse music instead of using Zelda music. I did not want to risk Nintendo copyright claiming this video and me having to take it down. I will be posting actually a separate video of building this, and also, kind of a fly-through of it. So that will be posted on the channel at some point after this, and that will actually use Zelda music, and I just will hope that Nintendo doesn't copyright claim it. But if they do and they take it down, it's no big deal. We're going to line it up right here, so it's going to be centered on where you would normally go in at the beginning of the game. So there. And then we are going to make this kind of fan out like that, I think. Okay, good. Next. Actually, I forgot. So what I want to do, actually, is I want to have the main centerpiece here be an NES controller. I have no idea how I'm going to build an NES controller in Minecraft. I mean, I'm not good at proportions. So let's see, concrete powder. So I'm going to obviously, I'm going to put this other stuff away for now. Because, yeah, I think the NES controller should take priority. So we're going to be starting here. Let's use our light gray around the outside. Okay, and then the top is the gray part is thicker on the top, so we're going to make it 2 here. See how it looks real quick. Not terrible so far. I think that's appropriate. You know what? I think I shall go get an actual NES controller and see if I'm right that it's twice as wide as it is tall. So we're gonna have to make it wider. So this is... So that means we're gonna want about 40 blocks on either side here. So this is currently 17. That can't be right. 18, 19, 20. Oh no, we want 20 blocks on either side. 17, 18, 19, 20. That's 18, 19, 20. Let's see, I have a feeling this is going to look a lot better, because it did not look quite right to me. Let's see. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like. Absolutely, that is correct. Although I feel like I should move it closer to the build a few blocks. Now, you know what? It's fine where it is. I'm going to leave it right there. So this is where we're going to have a button starting. 2, 3. One, two, and actually here we're gonna make this first button here approximately, and then we want 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Gotta move over 1 block. Alright, you can tell what that is. I feel like, you know what, I kind of need to put in Nintendo, so you know what, I will... Okay, there's Nintendo. Actually, that's even at about the right height by complete accident, so that's good. Also, did I not center it right? No, I did. Why? Something else isn't centered. Oh. Why did I do this not centered? Wait, are the start and select buttons not centered on the controller? Force. Oh my gosh, they're not. Alright, well, looking at an actual controller, the start and select buttons aren't centered. I never noticed that before, and that will always bother me now. Oh, you know what? That was incredibly dumb of me. I should have lowered this into the ground by 1 block. Well, I still can do that. Going down. There, that's better. Let's pick up these extra blocks. That's where I wanted it to be the whole time. Perfect. There we go. Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. There, that clearly identifies what this is. That is very clearly NES Legend of Zelda. I love it. Hang on, I gotta see how this looks on the map now. Yeah, I feel like gold would actually work better. So you know what? I think I will probably AFK at my brother's gold farm. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go see if there's any gold in it. I will pay him for the gold. I'll ask him how much he wants for it, but for now I'm just gonna go and see if there's any in there. Oh, wait. I need ender pearls to get to it. It's on the nether roof. Alright, so the farm I think is over here. Yep. Yeah, though I'm pretty sure there's not going to be that much. Oh yeah, there's almost nothing in here. Okay, yeah, so we're going to have to AFK here probably for a couple of nights to be able to get enough gold, but I guess that's fine. Oh, there's a little bit there. Yeah, so it's going to have to be a couple nights of AFKing to get enough gold. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of rotten flesh. So if we want this to line up properly, we need this to be that. So we'll make that a 3 wide, and we'll make this a little bit wider. I don't really care about using the real estate, because I wasn't going to otherwise. Perfect. Okay. So now, basically, the area surrounding the controller and a little bit extra is going to be... Let's see, we'll go 2 blocks past the controller. Alright, and then... you know, it really should be like a circle. I'm gonna have to see about a circle. Okay, so there's that. Obviously, I need the area here by the Triforce, which, again, this will probably change the gold later on. And we gotta try and smooth this out. So it looks... Alright, I guess we can go just on a straight diagonal, and we can add a curve later if we want. So... Wow, that is one of the worst diagonal lines I've ever mined in Minecraft. It's not even kind of diagonal. I mean, it would have been nice if it were not kind of a straightish line, but that's fine. That works for me. I did not mean to throw an ender pearl. Did not mean to do that. I feel like I do need to kind of wrap this around. This is also basically going to take up the entire side of the street, which I guess is fine. I mean, I kind of almost wanted to give up on this section anyway, so... So let's see. The middle of the thing is about here, so let's figure out how far out we want this to go. Let's see. How's this look? Really hard to tell. With that diorite, it's actually really hard to tell. Oh, yeah, no, that doesn't look good. It's got to come out further. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 1. And 1. Alright, let's see how that curve looks. That's better. Alright. You know what? We'll work with that for now. I think that's better than the last one. Yes, I think that works. Yeah, that works. I am okay with that. It's not my favorite thing I've ever done, but it's fine. There. So, what do we think? Alright, that overall shape is pretty okay. I just need to kind of smooth out how it transitions into the city sidewalk, but then, yeah, I'm happy enough with that. Alright, so if we want to make it meet into the city sidewalk pretty neatly, we can kind of just do that. Good. Okay, good. So now I'm going to start by laying down some... granite. And I'm kind of just winging it, because again, I really don't know how to do a cool path like this. Well, I'm going to do smooth stone directly around it, like a border of smooth stone, and then I'm going to probably put some sort of fence or hedges or something around it. Oh, that looks pretty clean. I like that. Here, let's do the entire border. Okay, that border definitely helps me see what it actually looks like. Oh, that looks a little weird, but I think it'll grow on me. Yeah, I think adding the border was a good idea, though. Getting there, getting there. Gonna have to add the border. The border definitely adds a lot. There, map. Oh. That doesn't look... Oh, I forgot granite looks brown on the map. That's gonna look terrible on a map. Ah. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter how it looks on the map overall, since the map is kind of secondary, but that's a bit of a disappointment. Oh, that looks terrible on the map because the granite comes out brown. Also, you can see our brick distribution is pretty terrible. Also, you can't really tell the border. I think I'm actually kind of happy with the shape. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good, actually. I mean, it looks a lot better in person. I think it looks good. I really like the border. I think that added a huge amount. So then probably surrounding it will be like planting beds and trees. It's not that I kind of want to hide it from sight, but I want to make this look like the entrance to a theme park almost, which is, I mean, I think I've kind of gotten the, I think I've kind of nailed that effect with the path here, but yeah, it's pretty barren around here, so we're gonna have to neaten that up. Well, I am back from my brother's gold farm, and I just realized something. This gold is not gonna look good. So if I fill in one of these triangles, I can actually show you what I realized. And yeah, I'm basically not going to use it, but I'll still show you why. If you look at it, it's got all the lines, so like you can see the individual blocks. I think it looks much better here. I'll do a full triangle. I think it looks a lot better being solid like this. Yeah, I definitely think I will not use the gold. Maybe if I had a texture pack that had connected textures for the gold, maybe, but no. But besides that, I actually had another idea / realization. I need to light this place up. Now, obviously, Hyrule itself is not lit up. I already explained that, and I'm not going to worry about it. But this area here, since it's connected directly to the city, and it's supposed to be like a nice pleasant park, I don't want mobs spawning here, which, as you can see, they are. So, I realized, at least for part of lighting it up, like this area is too big to just have lamps around the outside. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to put the lights under the buttons and then use carpet to cover them, which it makes sense if you think about it, 'cause, at least, for right here, because the buttons are going to be, they're raised up, like the buttons actually would be on the controller. So, if I put just a little bit of light in here, put one in each corner of these two buttons. Yes, I mean, I know that's overboard, but I want it to be nice and bright. And then we just cover it over with black carpet. You can barely tell. It does make sense in the grand scheme of things. And using the mini HUD mod, I can see it lit up most of the controller, which is awesome. Okay, I forgot to grab red carpet, but I'm also going to put in the corners of the controller. I know this doesn't make sense to be raised up, but I'm going to do it like this just to make sure I have maximum coverage. So let's cover that. And yeah, that spreads far. And you know, I actually don't. I might not actually need to do that because I'm gonna have some lamps around the outside. Okay, so then let's see what happens if I put in the corner of the Triforce. Yeah, it does not light up all the way. So if we come here to the button, there we go. So yeah, we can actually light this up completely. Can I light it up without this in the corner? Not quite. I mean, again, if I'm going to be putting lamps here, I think it'll be all right. If not, I can add back in the corner. So I will leave out from there for now, but we will be putting here. And again, I know I'm putting way more than I have to, but that's how I do things. There. So now it is actually fairly well lit up. I think I will also, I might or I might not do the Triforce as well. For now, I will leave the Triforce as it is. And, oh, you know what? No, that's weird. Why? Oh, because those are further up. Okay, so you know what? No, I will do just the corners. And yes, I know this is overkill. Cover this up. Oh, that's actually the entire patio area is basically lit up, which is good. That's exactly what I was hoping for. All right, I'll come back with the rest of the carpets for over there later. For now, the next thing is I want to put some like trees and flowers and stuff around here, make this area look nice, which includes grass. All of this I'm gonna have to swap out for grass. Oh, I can already tell this is gonna make it look a million times better. Yeah, that helps. That helps a lot. All right, first peek. I know it's not a lot, but it definitely helps. Oh, that looks pretty good. I'm actually happy with that. There's so many pillager raiding parties. So yeah, I'm actually kind of happy with how that looks. So I'm going to need to get a whole lot more grass and dirt, and probably, you know what? There's no reason to not. I'll probably just replace all of this stone with that. So let's do that real quick. Alright, so there's one side done, and I will say, at least, you know, without it... Oh, I still got that patch there. I mean, I don't really need to actually worry about that patch, because I'm going to be putting some buildings there soon. But, yeah, so that definitely helps a lot. And, yeah, I think bringing the water out like this made a big difference. Technically, I should lower it by 1 block. Oh, I thought I already fixed the water here. Hang on. Technically, I should lower it by 1 block since it's lower here, but I don't feel like doing that. That's better. Alright, great. So, the next step is to actually add some trees and stuff around here. So now I don't want to go too far out, but I mean, I will be adding a lot, and yes, I know that it's going to block the view somewhat, but to be fair, I'm going to be adding buildings like behind where I'm standing, like where that cow is, and there's going to be buildings there, so it's not like I'm really going to be able to see it that well, at least like from my apartment, so I'm not too worried. We're going to go get plants and trees. And yes, I know I could try doing custom trees, but I mean, the last time I tried to do a custom tree, it had to be burned with fire, so I think I'm just going to, you know, grow a standard Minecraft tree. Although I realized there are lots of fun trees to use now. I can use all sorts of azaleas, but also cherry trees. They're cool. Yeah, we'll do cherry trees. No mangrove. Let's just grab some azaleas. Do we have any here? No. Mossy stuff. We got some azaleas. All right, let's go. See, the problem with that one is that one overhangs into Hyrule, right? Yeah, so that one's got to come down. Alright, so this... Oh, that destroyed the tree. Okay, we're gonna replant this. I think, actually, just a cherry tree, like a big cherry tree, because these things... Can someone please tell me how that looks like a real tree? Come on, Mojang, you can do better than that. Alright, let's try it again. I can almost see how making a custom tree would be better. That'll do. That's nice. It overhangs a little bit, but it's not much. Alright, so next let's just bone meal the grass in this area. Because that actually always does help. And I mean always. Although, to be fair, that makes it look less like a theme park entrance and more just like a park, but that's not a problem, I don't think. I'm not too happy with the tree distribution, but it might grow on me. Alright, so we'll start with a wall. And yeah, we'll put it on the sidewalk area. I need to go up. And one more. This is about as simple as you can get. Oh, actually, I think that's exactly what I did in the village. That's about as simple as you can get for a light post, but, I mean, it works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4. We want here to be 1. It's alright. It's not really what I had in mind, but... Oh, I love that. Now, again, that is the type of thing that will make my little brother cry. Because he really does... I mean, I don't know what he has against lighting up builds, but he doesn't seem to care for it. But honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I think it works. Also, I want to see, is this the same design I went with for the lights for the village? Cobblestone base, spruce. No, these are oak with a cobblestone base, not spruce. Okay. Honestly, while it's not really what I had in mind originally, I think it works. It's nice. It's pleasant. So let's see. What time is it? Okay, it's close to noon. A little past. So let's just take a quick stroll into Hyrule. So we come in here and it is unfortunate that the start and select are not centered. I could have fixed that, but like the controller itself is centered. It's just that's how the actual NES controller is. And we come on through, crossing the Triforce and into Hyrule. So now let's walk our way over to Dungeon 1. If you've never played Zelda 1, you know this is a little tip here, a little hint. If you have played Zelda 1, this is a really weird perspective. I'm trying to think of what the best way, but like, look, this is like, it's so cool seeing it from this perspective, even if it is blocky Minecraft. Like, I don't know, it's just, it's weird and it's neat and I love it. Now, I probably will texture Death Mountain some. I probably will texture it some because it is very flat and boring in some spots. But that was just this was kind of my base get it designed. And here we are, Dungeon 1. So yeah, I will have to work on these trees at some point, but that is kind of a lower priority. Oh, also, I don't think I had showed off, but I had a brilliant idea. Let's see, this way. For the fairies that refill your health, I decided to use allays. Now, I had to tie them up, but yeah, so there's allays here that acting as the fairies that refill your health. Now, it'd be better if you stay in the water. Stay over the water. There you go. Yeah, I mean, it works. It looks like a fairy, kind of. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it looks like a fairy. And now let's see. I do want to see what it looks like from my apartment. So I usually sleep in this apartment, which is where I took the bed from. Oh yeah, that doesn't block the view too badly. I mean, you can still see a large portion of it. I'm happy. I like that. Alright, so well, that's going to be it for today, I think, because this is probably the most building I've ever done on, like, any project ever. Like, that's just, it's so much. So yeah, between episodes, I'm probably going to work on terraforming around the back, but I do not feel like doing that right now. But so next time, I'm probably going to be working on trying to finish at least a large portion of this city. it's hard to find the motivation to work on it, but like getting something like this done is good because having this big plaza area is good because like it fills in a big section of where I wasn't really sure what to put for the city. I was gonna just put like some houses here or something, but it was gonna be kind of boring. So I can still put some houses in over there behind me and some over on the corner. But this is definitely a much better way to use the space. It's kind of like the city has like a theme park attached to it, and I love it. But yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And until next time, so long.